is CB time. So this is the first time I've actually seen this in person. My man Ground Control 204, I'll put a link in the description below, did some work on this bad boy to get it road ready. So shout out to him. Super nice guy, extremely knowledgeable, just an overall guru on these Stryker radios. And this is the second Stryker I've owned, but the first one like this. There's peanuts on that end, there's newspaper on this end. Let's go with this end. I'm not a fan of making a mess with the peanuts. Okay. So he repackaged this bad boy all nice and neat like. Let's bring this out of here. The 655 HPC. And it is road ready. Put that back in there. What we're needing to start with first is the mount. We need to get the mount situated in the truck. And typically what I'll do is I'll bring the plate that's in the overhead area out and install the mount that way, and even hang the radio from it, and then you screw the overhead right back up into it. So added the cool sticker, appreciate that. Got our wiring, got our microphone. We are not going to be using this microphone. There's our mount kit. We'll need that. That can stay. And the rest is our radio as it is. There's our bracket that we need. Okay. And the business cards. My man, here we go. Black Ops Technology. Check him out. Ground Control 204 at iCloud.com is the email, and the YouTube handle is youtube.com/204 Ground Control. So check him out, Black Ops Technology. All right. So again, what we're gonna do is I've got to get some bolts for this. I know there's holes in the plate that's in the truck. I don't have those bolts right now. So that's gonna be a hardware store purchase. So honestly, at this point, all I can do is pull the overhead out and take this in the overhead to the hardware store and go from there. Plate that's in the overhead area out and install the mount that way, and even hang the radio from it, and then you screw the overhead right back up into it. So added the cool sticker, appreciate that. Got our wiring, got our microphone. We are not going to be using this microphone. There's our mount kit. We'll need that. That can stay. And the rest is our radio as it is. There's our bracket that we need. Okay. And the business cards. My man, here we go. Black Ops Technology. Check him out. Ground Control 204 at iCloud.com is the email, and the YouTube handle is youtube.com/204 Ground Control. So check him out, Black Ops Technology. All right. So again, what we're gonna do is I've got to get some bolts for this. I know there's holes in the plate that's in the truck. I don't have those bolts right now. So that's gonna be a hardware store purchase. So honestly, at this point, all I can do is pull the overhead out and take this in the overhead to the hardware store and go from there. All right.
Let's see here.
Let's see here. Oh gosh, easy on the windshield there. Yep, your standard Allen wrench. So you can see what I'm saying here. There's two screws right here, screw holes, and that's where we'll mount the radio to. But you need to do that to the plate first. So I'll just set these guys right here because we won't need them. All right, just a second here. What, Ted?
I need you pick engine, see how long it did go, and I need you pick engine, see how long it did go.
What?
He needs you to fix the oil and make sure that it's good to go.
Okay.
Kind of like Lippy.
And I like Libby figurehead car.
Okay, check the oil, make sure it's good to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you help me with that?
Yeah.
You want to do it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really high up.
It is really high up.
Yeah.
Which oil do you want to check? On the engine?
Yeah.
Okay.
See any power on there?
Yeah, we can check the engine oil.
Which side is it on?
I believe it's on this side. It's been a while.
Not really. He just uses it that way.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Yeah.
There's Daddy's engine.
I know it.
That's turbo.
That's the turbo?
Yeah, that big thing right there.
Wait.
See the air intakes coming from the breather?
Like turbo?
That's the turbo.
Okay, so the air intake goes to the turbo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why
Intake,
it go to-
exhaust.
Mom.
Wow. Yeah.
We're gonna check the oil.
Turn the cars, turn me that way.
Hold my hand.
Turn cars.
Yeah, no cars right now. Okay. Look right here. No cars right now. Here we go. We gotta hurry. Okay. Here's the dipstick. Turn that. Pull that.
That big dipstick.
This is it. It's full.
Turbo.
Yeah, it's full. I know it looks black, but they just changed it not long ago. Because I checked the service card on it right before I left.
Is it good?
It's full.
All right. Here we go.
All right. Back at it on the inside.
All right. Good to go.
Okay. I think they ran all new coax today, so that's excellent. Because the coax that was on the back of the sleeper was actually damaged. All right, so here's where we're at now. If you remember before, the person before had only drilled the holes halfway through. They didn't drill them all the way through. So they had used like a wood screw type screw with their CB mount to the plastic. That to me is super sketch. These radios aren't light, and so the last thing I want is to be driving down the road and this thing like fall and land on the dash, hit me, distract me, whatever, crash, etc. I know that sounds extreme, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a large device that could come crashing down from the ceiling. So what I've done is I drilled all the way through both pieces of plastic with a little bit larger drill bit than the screw that they had already run. But still smaller than the holes on this mount. And the reason for that is so that I can use hardware and bolt this thing the way that I want it to be. So, all right. And so I went to Lowe's and I got M4 just because that's what fits through the hole. So 4mm, they are 25, I guess, millimeters long. And the other option was 20s, but they're a touch too short because I did want to use washers. When I looked at the head of the screw with the mount, it just wasn't big enough for my liking. So now I can run the screw and a washer through and feel confident that I'm going to get some bite whenever I tighten that down, and it's not going to be something that's just going to fall out. So we will also run a washer on the bottom so that it bites that plastic or pushes that plastic down that got kind of flared out from the drill. And these are lock nuts. Pardon me. These are lock nuts, so they're not going to back out on me while I'm driving. And we got that one pretty tight. We'll come over here and tighten this one up a little bit more. And this is kind of the time that we can make our adjustment. So we've got some play. And again, I know that this is going to be to the window, or to the windshield rather. And so we have the ability here to kind of slide this thing maybe a quarter, almost a half inch. I know I'm going to end up running either my ELD or my GPS right here. So I'm thinking I'm going to actually kick this like as far over to the right as I can get it to just give me a little bit more room right here. So let's kick this thing all the way over and we will tighten it the rest of the way down. Now, this is just kind of a protector. You basically put these in here like this, and it helps you sandwich your radio in here and doesn't scratch it. So it's kind of a scratch preventer. So we'll just pop these little tabs out. Okay. She looks great. We haven't adjusted any knobs. We're not going to touch anything. We're going to try to keep everything as it is. And the reason being is it's already been adjusted. So we're going to try to maintain their position. Back of the radio, we got our antenna wire, our power wire. You can run an external speaker or a PA speaker. And then here's your data plug. You can actually do updates to this radio. So it looks like it uses like an old school USB, like not micro, but kind of the old school one. You can actually change the font and the words of what's up in your radio. So that you just peel this sticky back off and you just kind of lay it in there. Just get it kind of situated. Smash it in. Same with the other side. Okay, and like I said, all that's really doing is just protecting the radio. All right, and so now what we'll do is we'll use our knobs on the side and we'll just get these started because we have all four of them to do. So it's kind of like lug nuts. You just want to kind of get them started before we finalize anything. And you can see there's an indentation. You can actually use a quarter. You don't use a flathead, use a coin. Use the coin to kind of do your final tightening. We're gonna set it, I believe, in the middle for now. And then once we get it in the truck, I'll figure out where I want it. Typically, I think I typically run them facing down towards me, like that. Actually, that would be pointed up because I'm looking at it backwards. So we would run it all the way down like that. I think I've got a coin. I do. So like I said, you just put a coin in there and you can adjust it or tighten it down just a little bit as you need to. I've already got it pretty darn tight, so it doesn't look like they're going to turn much. But anyway, that is good to go. All right, Stryker radios. We got it. Ground Control 204, hooking it up, provided us with so much information. Again, check him out. Check him out on YouTube. He actually did a spot on this radio. This is the first Stryker 655 V2 that he did. And so he did a feature on this. So shout out to him for hooking it up. So you see the two on the left, one on the right, two on the left, one on the right. So this must go this way, okay? All right, and then just making sure that this gets hooked up properly as well. And I know we're not gonna need a lot of this slack, so we will go ahead and put that kind of twist tie back. Probably just like that. Yeah, because this actually stays outside. This isn't gonna get tucked up. So let's move it over a little bit like that to give us, because it needs to come over all the way to almost here. So I'm thinking maybe like that. And we're gonna adjust that inside, but again, anything that you can do out here saves you in there. It's difficult to do stuff overhead. Your arms get tired. Trust me, I've taken in, putting in and taken out several radios in my time, and if you can do it out of the truck, all the better. All right, so we've located our gear keeper and our microphone. So this is the Stryker noise canceling microphone, just your standard gear keeper. All right, it comes in kind of 3 pieces. You've got your kind of tether point, you've got your pull cord point, you've got the piece that wraps around the back of the microphone, and then you've got your anchor point that this connects to. So what I'm going to try to do is avoid screwing into anything that's unnecessary like this. If I have to, I will. And the good news is we have some screws over here if we need to go that route. But I'm going to try to see if I can work with either just this or even some other kind of ring, like key ring or anything, through one of the visors, one of the mounts for the visors. I'm not a fan of just screwing holes to screw holes. So, well, never mind. So let's get this put on here like this. All right. And you want to put this to the back of the microphone because it's flat, because you'll use this to pull it apart if you ever need to, but it just simply slides in like this and cinches to it. That's it. That's as simple as it is. So you get some. All right, we are ready for the install. So let's grab everything. We've got our radio, we've got our CB or our microphone. And again, we're going to try to not turn those knobs on purpose or inadvertently. I believe I've still got my Allen wrench in here ready to go. Yep, there it is. All right. So as we start to get stuff put away, the wonderful thing is that we'll have more and more room. So we're just going to kind of lay that back there, because again, this is going to get kind of sandwiched up there. I don't think I'm going to run. This does have an external speaker. So does the truck. It's that black speaker up there. I've thought about running it. You know what? We might as well. We'll just do it. So we'll pull that guy out and try to push everything over to that center hole so that when we go to sandwich this guy up there, and again, this is the fun part, because now you're holding everything. That needs to come down, and we need it to fit through that hole. You know what? Let's hook this guy up now while we can see it. Both of these. And I think they just installed new coax today, because again, the one that was on the back of the sleeper was broken. So this should be better quality than what came factory, and I believe it should be 18 feet. I believe that's kind of what you need to have. All right, and see, I can already see we're gonna have to adjust that radio down, but that's okay. We just need to find the screw holes first for this thing and get this thing going. So that's in. Now we're going to try to do one on the cross side. I can keep that from falling. Yeah, I can't even see that cross side now. Super concentrating. Okay, so now we got 2 of them in. We're gonna still not be able to let go of that. So again, this is where things get interesting. I don't think you all can see it, but I can see it. Man, that's gonna be tight. Dang, I don't know. This person must have done theirs after the fact, as you can see, because I'm not going to be able to get that front one in easily. I have a feeling my wires are getting in the way. That one's good. That one's finally good. Man, hang on here. Okay, well, this isn't how I would normally do this, but this is how we're gonna have to do it because of how this bracket was mounted to those holes here. It pushed the bracket with the radio too far over, and it's just gonna be a hassle. So I'm going to put the bracket up, or put the plate up with the bracket attached. Like I said, I would normally do this all out of the truck, but this is kicked too far over, and so you can see the line of where the radio is. It's getting in the way. Okay, so now we'll snug these up all the way around, because we obviously don't want this thing bouncing with the weight of the radio on it. Sorry if you're losing the shot here, but I need to get these tight. The good thing about these swivel heads is you can get the things with it at an angle. The bad things about them is it's often what snaps. Because see, I can't get in there right. I can get in there a little bit. Get that one tightened down. Okay. Okay. We'll bring the power wire up and over and we'll get it hooked up. I need to try to see if I can cinch that up to that and secure it so that it's not in the way. Now I'm doing this by feel because I know the external speaker wire is all the way over here on this corner. Okay, it's now in, and I'm probably gonna have to get onto the back of this radio with my eyes to be able to see where it goes. All right. Okay, tighten that down. Get it nice and secure. And like I said, because this is so tall, it's not letting us go very far, so we're not going to get the full lean out of this radio. As you can see right here, it's just going to be what it is. But we're going to put them in there to secure it. See if I can get this one in blindly, and we're in. Okay, tighten those down, tighten that down. Now we're time for this. I might be able to sandwich that up in there like that. Bring this around. Tighten that up. And then bring this guy in like that. You saw a small spark. Get in there. There you go. And we've got a mounted radio. So let's just pop this off for a moment. Let's get this thing set up there. There we go. This will all kind of flex out once it's been sitting over time, but yeah, let's climb into the driver's seat and let's see how she looks. All right. Like I said, this will drop down. Let's get it fired up. So right here's power. All right, that external speaker's working. So this is volume. I'm gonna try to squelch it out. So there's a squelch out. We're getting a signal. Let's see what our SWR is showing. That's not bad, less than 1.5. Less than 1.5 on a dead key with the antenna the way that it is. That's not bad at all, ladies and gentlemen. That means no adjustments are going to be necessary to that antenna. Number one, we need to go to 19. So we're just squelching out that sound, that static. That's all we're squelching out. We're just adjusting this big knob here to get rid of that signal. You see that signal dancing around? That's just radio waves. Truth be told, that may be a little bit of static coming from the exhaust because it's so close. Not sure, honestly. It's something that we can definitely look at. Let's see if anybody can hear us out there. We got the volume turned up pretty good. Breaker 19 for a radio check.
Yeah, it's working.
Roger, what's your 20 hand?
Dad.
Over by the traffic circle.
Traffic circle, he's...
I am westbound
Dad.
That's a good 3-4 miles away.
Dad.
Roger, we're talking about 3-4 miles out, so glad you got a copy. You're coming through as well. Thank you. Okay.
Can I have it?
Get in there. Don't you do this to me. Get in there.
Alright, can I have it now?
Oh yeah. Okay. Good deal. So that little bitty of a loop right there will allow that to go in there. And we are money, boys and girls. I'm gonna loop that back around, cinch it up tight, and there we go. It's gonna swing, it's gonna hit, but for the most part it clears. So again, the great thing is we'll be able to grab it, use it, and put it back.